have to say, that's the best reaction I've gotten all night.
Oh, stop. You are absolutely terrible. That was hilarious.
My name is Ethan. I'm 33 years old, and up until last night, I honestly believed I understood the woman I had spent 4 years loving. Leia has always been the calm in my storm, affectionate, thoughtful, the kind of partner who made the entire world feel softer just by being in it. But sometimes all it takes is a single moment, a single glance, a single laugh to reveal the truth you never wanted to see. It was her company's holiday rooftop party. Warm lights, chilled air, music playing just a little too loud, and that fake office friendliness, you know the vibe. I only went because Leia insisted. She wanted me there, wanted me to meet everyone, wanted me to be part of her world beyond our quiet, everyday routines. When she stepped out of the car wearing an emerald dress, my chest tightened a little. I remember thinking how lucky I was. Maybe that was my first mistake, assuming luck is something that sticks around. For the first hour, everything felt perfectly normal. I chatted with a few of her coworkers, cracked some jokes that earned polite laughs, and watched Leia float through the room with her usual spark. Then I started to notice the shift. Her laugh changed. It became sharper, brighter, more intentional, and it wasn't for me. It was for him, Gideon, her boss. He was built like a gym advertisement and seemed just as aware of it. I didn't think much of him at first, but her body language told me everything I needed to know. She leaned closer to him. Her hand brushed his arm. She tilted her head when he talked. Her eyes sparkled in a way I hadn't seen since the early days, the way they used to when she looked at me. My stomach twisted into a knot. I tried to convince myself it was all harmless, corporate charm, social niceties, the usual stuff, but then I overheard it. She whispered something to him, giggling, her voice low and intimate. "You always make these parties bearable." The tone wasn't professional. It wasn't just friendly, it was personal. And it was definitely not meant for me to hear. Gideon leaned in, murmured something too soft for me to make out, and she laughed again, that unmistakable laugh she used to reserve just for me. A lump formed in my throat. I did nothing. I said nothing. I just stood there, holding a plastic cup of sparkling water, feeling like a complete idiot. Later, I was standing outside on the terrace, watching her from across the room. She didn't look at me once. Not even a quick glance in my direction, not even a simple check-in and smile. It was as if I wasn't even there. Suddenly, all the memories we had built together, the inside jokes, the late-night cooking sessions, the spontaneous road trips, felt incredibly fragile. Like I had imagined them all. Finally, I gathered myself and approached her. My heart was hammering against my ribs, but my voice stayed steady. "Leia, can we talk for a second?" She turned with a smile so polished it didn't even feel like hers. "Of course. What's up?" I took a breath. I noticed you've been really close with Gideon tonight. I'm not trying to start a fight. I just want to understand. I wasn't accusing, I wasn't angry. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I was simply telling her the truth about how I felt. For a moment, she just froze like she didn't expect me to notice, or even worse, didn't expect me to care. Then she let out a soft laugh and said, "Oh, Ethan, it's just harmless fun, as if my discomfort was nothing, as if her behavior meant nothing, as if I meant nothing." For the first time, I saw the true distance in her eyes. She knew exactly what she was doing. She just didn't think it mattered enough to stop. And that realization hurt more than any big scene she could have caused. The room around us went quiet. Her coworkers were noticing the tension. Some were staring, others were pretending not to. Even Gideon paused his conversation to glance over. My calm question had shocked them more than her open flirting. That's when I knew something fundamental between us had broken. After that moment, the rest of the night just blurred into white noise. Leia went right back to laughing with Gideon. I went back to pretending I was okay. But inside, something was unraveling. When she stepped away to use the restroom, I followed just far enough to speak with her privately before the evening could spin even further out of control. "Leia," I said quietly, leaning against the hallway wall, "I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest." She crossed her arms, defensive already. "Are you interested in him?" My voice wasn't harsh or angry, it was just honest. Her eyes widened for a second, but instead of denying it, her face softened with something dangerous, guilt. Then she sighed and said, "Ethan, it's complicated." "Don't overthink it, complicated." It wasn't, of course not. It wasn't, "You're the only one I want." It was just complicated. And that one word sliced deeper than anything else she had said all night. I nodded slowly, feeling something inside me settle. It wasn't peace and it wasn't acceptance, it was clarity. A quiet, painful clarity that told me nothing I said or did was going to change her choice. "I understand," I said calmly. "But I need some space." Her lips parted in surprise. She wasn't expecting strength from me. I think she was expecting silence. I walked back into the party, grabbed my coat, and left. No dramatic exit, no accusations, no begging. Just a quiet acknowledgement that the person I loved had stepped away from me long before this night. The cold air outside felt like the truth washing over my skin. Driving home, I replayed everything in my head from her first laugh with him to her last excuse to me. And with each memory, something in my chest loosened. It was painful, yes, but it was also liberating. Because I realized I wasn't losing her. I was finally seeing her clearly. And sometimes clarity hurts even more than heartbreak. The next morning, she didn't call, she didn't text, she didn't check in. That silence said more than any explanation ever could. Over the next few days, I didn't reach out either. I went for runs, I cleaned my apartment, I focused on my work, I did anything I could to keep my mind steady. When she finally asked to meet for coffee a week later, I went. Not because I thought we could fix it, but because I knew I needed closure. She sat across from me, stirring her latte, avoiding my eyes. "Ethan," she whispered, I think I need to explore things on my own for a while." I'm sorry, it didn't sting the way I expected it to. It didn't even feel like betrayal anymore, it just felt like confirmation. She wasn't choosing me, and she hadn't been choosing me for a long time. "I understand," I said softly. "I hope you find what you're looking for," and I meant it. Because I wasn't going to beg for someone who no longer reached for me. Sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same. Choosing your own peace over a love that no longer chooses you. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, know that you're not alone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.